Hello and welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Nightdagger. This will be episode 10 of my new Let's Play series. In standard fashion, I will be uploading a world save at the end of this episode so you guys will be able to pick up my world where I've left off and play along. One thing that I want to get to before I start the episode today, I've gotten a lot of comments over the last couple of months that I've had my channel going saying, oh, you know what, your channel is really good, your videos are really awesome, you deserve more viewers than what you have. You know what, I appreciate you guys' loyalty, I appreciate all of your wonderful comments, and I appreciate you guys hanging out here and watching me do my thing. If you guys want to help me promote the channel, I have gone ahead and started a Twitter. It is Nightdagger_gaming. I'll have this linked in the description as well, so you don't have to remember it from here. And I also have a Facebook page for the channel now. That is Gaming with Nightdagger, all one word. All the words are capitalized. So if you guys pay attention there, you can use the Facebook to discuss the latest episodes with each other if you want, instead of spamming the comments. You can use it to share with your friends if you think they'll like the series, and I'll also be posting links there when I upload new content. And maybe dropping a few hints about things to come. So keep an eye on it. If you guys really want to share the channel with your friends and you want to, promote the channel, I really appreciate it. If not, you know what? I'm perfectly cool with you guys just hanging out here and watching me do my thing. So, when I ended the last episode, I promised you guys that I would show you what this thing does. But first of all, let me show you what I've done here. I have gone ahead and actually put the foyer to my factory here. I don't have the floor in yet, but oh my god, what's this? What is this technological marvel? Forget the centrifuge. I have a door. Yeah, I finally put a door in. Shut up. Alright. I moved all of my Buildcraft stuff inside. I've got a carpenter there, I've got a fermenter there, and I've got my thermionic fabricator there. I don't have the rolling machine set up yet, but I'll have that set up in the very near future because I'm going to need it very soon. In here, I have a ton of metal that I've accumulated. I've got all the bauxite macerated up. I have a decent supply of silver now, so I can start using the silver with the other recipes instead of saving it exclusively for glass fiber cable. That's the reason why I wasn't using it in the circuit recipe. There is a recipe with the electronic circuits where you can use redstone and you get 1, but if you use silver you get 2. So using silver doubles the output for this circuit recipe. I knew about it, I just hadn't commented on it because I hadn't gotten that far yet. There is one more thing that I want to do here before I get started, and that is this pipe here. I'm going to break it because I had some luck fighting Enderman while I was off camera. And if you take a basic logistics pipe and combine it with an ender pearl, you get a remote order logistics pipe. What does that do, you might ask? Well, if you put it up here, you can now right-click on this with a wrench. I think you have to have a wrench. Maybe not. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Figures I'd be on something wrong, huh? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, the fun has begun already. Let's go repair the damage I just did. Nothing major, I just knocked out one pipe. Use my wrench to re-import the recipe, there we go. And then maybe it doesn't want to do it off a crafting pipe? Maybe I need to have another logistics pipe coming down, and then the remote order off of that. Maybe? No? Well, what use are you? I've seen it work before. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Work, damn you. See, I can't even use the ordering tool. Whatever. We'll just do it this way. I'll put this thing away and I'll figure out what I'm doing wrong later. Not in there. Alright, as far as my tool situation, I've pretty much exhausted both of these pickaxes. And I'm getting sick of having to have pickaxes and having to pull out a shovel anytime I run across dirt. So it's time to go ahead and make ourselves some stuff that I've been putting off making for far too long now. I'm going to come over here and grab a good handful of refined iron. I'm going to grab 2 bars of silver. I'm going to grab 3 diamonds. I'm going to grab some rubber here. I'm going to grab a handful of copper and a handful of tin. And I'm going to grab some redstone. And over here, I'm going to make a bunch of cable. And I'm going to use the cable, combine with 1 of that, and 2 of you to make 2 electronic circuits. I'm going to use the tin to make a battery. And I'm going to combine the battery, 1 of the electronic circuits, and some refined iron to get my mining drill. I'm then going to upgrade that immediately to a diamond drill. I'm going to make 6 more batteries. Alright, and hold on just a second here. Had to get the stopwatch going. Forgot about it again. I'm good at that, aren't I? I'm going to use that to make my rechargeable backpack. And then I'm going to come over to the dust chest. I'm going to need 2 of you. I don't need any more you, but I'm going to need a ton of you. We're going to take the other circuit that I made. Or, no we're not, because I used both of them. Metal. 2 more bars of silver, please. And need a little more cable. I know I have 2 pieces of cable over there that I could have used, but I'm lazy. That's not really a good excuse because it was just as far to walk out there. I'm going to need to make 6 blocks of lapis. And then we put 2 lapis, 2 glowstone, bunch of redstone, and a circuit. You get an advanced circuit. The advanced circuit combined with the backpack and the 6 blocks of lapis is a lap pack. None of this should surprise anyone who's familiar with industrial craft. What may surprise you is that there is a further upgrade to this. Now, I don't have the components for it yet, so I'm not going to do anything with it yet, but I'm going to come over here and, oh, hey, look, I'm almost out of power. That's a problem, isn't it? Well, this stuff isn't going to auto-sort for some reason. Probably because it doesn't know where to go. Just toss it in here. The circuit will toss in here. And I have 4 more electric furnaces and 4 more macerators that I've created. I'm going to be expanding the machine room very soon, but I decided not to do that yet this episode. There's something that I've been meaning to do for ages that I haven't gotten to yet. And it's going to require the biogas engines that I've got here, my rolling machine. It's going to take a bit more wooden conductive pipe than I have, and it's going to take all my golden conductive pipe. I'm just going to get all of this ready now so I don't have to come back here so damn often. And this stuff here, we're just going to put away for right now. Actually, no, I'm going to charge the drill. Using a little bit of my remaining EU out of the MFE. Just so I have a little bit of power in case I need to dig, which I may have to. You can also see over here in my plants chest, I've got a 1.5 tons cactus. There's a reason for this. What I'm about to do is I'm about to take this rolling machine and set it up over in my Buildcraft room. Let's get this out of the way. I need to grab some of that. I need the lever out of my tools chest, and I need a few pieces of redstone. And we're going to come over here and trying to figure out where I want to set this up. I think what I want to do is I just want to have the biogas engine set up right here. Do I want to have them in front or in back? I think I want to have them in back. So just tag it like that. We'll put just like that. Put the lever on the front. Forgot redstone. Two more pieces of redstone. And you can see I've got Minecraft Steve. The skin servers are down, have been down for ages. So I'm not currently the most interesting man in Minecraft. I'm plain old vanilla Steve. Lissi. Golden conductive, just out like that. Have that come down to our rolling machine, which is going to put it right there. Underneath here, we're going to put our biogas engines. Each one we're going to give 4 and 2. 4 and 2. 4 and 2. Good. Now, we've got our rolling machine set up, but we don't currently have a recipe for it. Let's give it something to do. What are we going to give it to do? We're going to start creating something using a ton of this iron that we've collected. I've done a ton of mining off camera to get ready for this. You can see 9 iron ingots gives you 8 iron plates. Well, let's go ahead and we have we're going to need a lot of iron plates. So, we've got the iron plates, and we're going to kick the power on. We're going to start making a ton of these things. And you can see, when this thing has a full power reserve, it's actually producing these things at a relatively fast rate of speed. It's got a full buffer of power. Alright, so 22, 22, 23. Just trying to level this out as best I can. I think that's going to be about as good as I can get it. Might be able to do a little better. But we're going to start taking these iron plates out, and we're going to use these iron plates to make some fun stuff. And if you think I'm going overboard with the iron plates, trust me, I'm not. The things that I'm going to make with these iron plates require so much iron, it's not even funny. But it's totally amazing when you get it going. So, I can probably get away with 2 full stacks of iron plates for now. But we'll let it keep going. Now we're going to come back over here to my workroom. And if you take these iron plates and combine them in a 4x4 grid, you're going to get iron tank walls. 4 plates gives you 4 tank walls, so that gave us 64 tank walls. That's a good start, but we're going to need some more components. In particular, we're going to need a little bit more metal, namely some more iron. And with these, we're going to need to make some iron bars. We're also going to need a couple sticks. We're going to need some cobblestone. And we're going to turn these into sticks. We're going to turn the sticks into levers, because we're going to need the levers. Come over here and check on our rolling machine, which should be, yep, almost done here. So we'll just hang out and wait for it to finish. Won't be long now. As a matter of fact, this will be the last one it's going to do, because now it doesn't have enough to do a full recipe, so unless I tell it to do it, it won't do anymore. Let's take back the iron bars, and we're going to leave the recipe in place because we might need it again soon. I'm going to take a... Well, actually, no, I'm not going to take a short break. I told you guys I would show you what the industrial centrifuge does this episode. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to keep that promise because I'm out of power. I could throw some lava cans in the geogens. As a matter of fact, I think I will, just because I'm going to need a little power to work with. But I have plans that will fix this. The plans involve what I'm doing right now. So we're not wasting time, we're not wasting effort. Trust me on this. So, if we take and we put iron tank walls around the side, iron bars in the corners, and a lever in the middle, we get iron tank valves. We're going to just want a couple of those. We don't need too many. Then, if we come over here and get into our glass chest and take these glass panes that we built, and we put glass panes in the corner and tank walls like that, or maybe that's... actually, no, I think I had it right, but I think you have to have another one in the middle. Yep, that gives you iron tank gauges. So we're going to make a few more of those. That's going to give us 12 of those iron tank gauges. Let's go ahead and make a little bit more. Make a few more panes. Yeah, 24 should be enough. And then the rest of these we're going to convert straight over into tank walls. Now, iron tanks, you may be wondering what the hell that's all about. Iron tanks are Railcraft's answer to the Buildcraft problem of storing liquids. Now, I'm going to set up another room over here. I'm not going to wall it in quite yet. It will be walled in and added to everything else later on. But for right now, we're just going to kind of bore a hole in the wall here so we can see what we're dealing with. Along right here, we're eventually going to have to get rid of this too. Or at least move it. But right here, actually, you know what? I think what I might do... I haven't really thought this through yet, so it's kind of an evolving idea. I think I might have this room come out to here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Out like that. Right here, I'm going to dig a 5x5 hole. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that going to give me enough room? No, I think I want to go one more. So, go down right through here. And that would put our wall right there. Now, Railcraft tanks can be made with some combination of iron tank walls, iron tank gauges, and iron tank valves. They have to be made in one of three configurations. You can do a 3x3, a 5x5, which is what I'm going to do, or you can do a 7x7 and make it a totally ridiculously large one. You set down a full base of iron tank walls. You then set up the corners like this. I'm going to make these 3 high. And actually, I think I want to go one higher than that. So we're going to go 4 high. And then up here, we're going to make another 5x5 to close this off. Oops. Yes, you can use just a regular drill to break these. You don't have to have anything special. And that is going to complete the tank's frame right there. We'll drill our way back down to the ground floor, pick up our tank frames that we've dropped there, and now the walls, this is the basic outline. The walls, the rest of it, can be made with any combination of tank walls, tank valves, and tank gauges. So what we're going to do is the back is going to be a solid tank wall, except for right here. We're going to have a valve right there. This is just going to be a solid wall. This one is going to be a solid wall, except right here we're going to have a gauge. I'll explain that in a bit. And then here we're going to have a wall like this. In the front we're going to have the gauges. Now, you notice when I placed that last block that the tank smoothed out? That's because this is a completed Railcraft tank. Railcraft structures are built modularly like this. You put all of the different components together, and when you finish a structure, it will take on a new shape. It'll smooth itself out and become something more than the sum of its parts. This is an iron tank. You can see here, it is at 0 out of 2 million. What does that mean? Well, a bucket is 1,000 liquid units. This tank that I just created is capable of holding 2,000 buckets of liquid. What liquid are we going to hold? Oil. Now, I still have plenty of tanks, so over here, I'm going to leave a small area, say 3. Yeah, 3. And we're going to make another one. And this one we're going to make pretty much the same way we made the last one. And then we want it 4 tall. Yeah, I know I'm only going up 3. I'm getting there. Ow. Drop down. Back wall is going to be solid. Side wall. It's going to be solid. Actually, you know what? I'm going to want just a couple more tank valves, I think. Actually, no. Put a valve here. We're going to want a valve there. We're going to want a valve here. And then here. And there's a second completed tank with a internal capacity of 2,000 buckets. So, these tanks are capable of storing liquid. Valves give you a place to attach Buildcraft pipes. So you can pump liquids into and out in order to pump liquid out, the valve has to be on the bottom 2 layers of the structure. So it could be either one of these, I think. I always just put it on the bottom floor so that it's like on the bottom of the inside right there. This tank here is going to be for oil. This one's going to be for fuel. I'm going to have a refinery set up right in the middle here, probably extending out back here for the power. To that end, let's go ahead and extend this room out a little more. And this is all subject to change. I might change this later. That's why I'm not building a full wall yet. Now, we are going to need 1.5 tons of waterproof pipe to get from my intended pump site over to here. So, let's go in here. Let's get all of this wonderful cactus that I have. And let's start cooking it up. This was the reason I needed power. That is going to start transmitting all of my cactus green over there. In the meantime, let's put away our tanks. We'll put away the iron bars. And over here in the metal chest, we'll put the metals away. Put our cobblestone away. The dirt that we picked up, we'll put that away. I'm out of peat again. I'm going to have to automate the process of that soon. And here we're just going to let this do its own thing. We may need even more power before we're done. We're going to come in here. We're going to get one of our pumps. We're also going to get a peat-fired engine. We're going to come over here, and we're going to grab a stack of the peat that we've been collecting. We actually need one of these levers back. And just for the sake of fun, we're going to get some wood. Come on, cough it up. And then here we're going to make this into sticks, and we're going to make some more sticks. And then here, we're going to make ourselves a stack of scaffolding. Why? Because scaffolding is fun. And let's go ahead and put all of this crap away. Sleep through the night. You can see there's an updated version of Railcraft available. I haven't installed 6.6.0.0 yet because it's just a couple of minor bug fixes, none of which really affect anything. So it wasn't necessary to update. I didn't want to update 2 episodes in a row, so I didn't. There you go. You know what? Just to make this a little bit faster, I've got some ores there I haven't processed yet. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to get some cobblestone. Actually, no, I don't even need that many. I'm going to get 3 just regular furnaces. This is a little wasteful, but I don't want to wait. Waiting sucks. We're going to get 24 pieces of coal. I've got plenty of coal, so it's not like I'm really doing anything terrible here. And we're going to start cooking the cactus in just plain old-fashioned furnaces. I will eventually upgrade these to generators later, so it's not really a waste of anything except coal, and with a fortune pick, you're not really wasting that. And just so happens, there's enough there. Alright, let me go show you the oil spawn that I want to pump out here. It's out this way, quite a distance, which is why I'm going to need all of that pipe. You can kind of see it just edging in on the horizon now. Yes, it's an absurdly long distance away. It's actually at the top of that mountain up there. Random zombie. Yeah, you can see we're getting a good distance away from home now. The oil spawn that we're going to go after is way up there. We're going to need a lot of waterproof piping to get it back home. So let's go mountain climbing and see what we're dealing with. Now, I haven't previously scouted out this, so I don't know the full extent of this oil spawn. I haven't even been up here before. I just know it looks freaking amazing on the minimap. It's going to be kind of sad to make it go away. Oh, hello. There's a cave back here. Come on. Way up to the top. After we get this pump set up, we're going to get to ride this back down. This is a heck of a climb, too. Our goal is to figure out where this oil caps out at. And you can kind of see it from where we are now. It's right up here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the best way to approach this. And we're going to set up some scaffolding. Say, right here. And then if we come over here, we'll put a scaffolding on the side. And then we'll put one down and one down. We're not cutting into sources yet, so we'll be fine. You don't want to cut into any sources if you can avoid it. Oh. There we go. We got that under control. This is not necessary, we're just doing this to kind of make it look cool. Here is where we're going to put our pump. And then we're going to take a gauge, based on how far the village is, to see if we can figure out how much waterproof piping we're going to need. We're going to need somewhere in the neighborhood, we're 117 high. We're going to need a couple hundred waterproof piping. Now, I'm not going to use gold piping for this. That would be an absurd amount of gold. I'm going to use cobblestone. We're going to take our peat-fired engine. We're going to put it... Actually, I don't want to do this direct because peat-fired engines will overheat. Actually, I'm not going to use a peat-fired engine at all. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good deep spawn, so I'm not going to try to swim down there without a scuba helmet or something. Yay! Ride the oil fall! And then jump right in the water. Let's head back over here and collect all of our cactus green that we've cooked up. Yeah, I've got enough cactus green for almost 300 waterproof pipe. I don't think it's going to be enough, actually. It'll be a good start, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We'll come in through here. Our furnace is done. These furnaces are not. But we're going to go ahead and get started anyway. We're going to take a bunch of smooth stone. Actually, no, we're not going to use smooth stone. We're going to use cobblestone. We're going to take a bunch of cobblestone. We're going to take a bunch of glass. And we're going to make a bunch of cobblestone pipe. Then we'll come over here to our plants chest and we'll start pulling out all of this cactus green we've got cooking up. leaving one piece, of course, so it knows where to go if we have any more coming through the system, which I doubt we do. And we're going to start converting this over to pipe waterproofing. Oh, I'm getting experience from pulling the cactus green out. That's cool. And we're going to make cobblestone waterproof pipe. Lots of it. Lots and lots and lots of it. While the rest of that cooks up, we are going to take 3 more of our diamonds. And we're going to take 2 sticks, because you can see I'm level 40. I can do another enchant. So we're going to enchant another diamond pickaxe and see if we can get a fortune 3. It'll give us something to do in the meantime. And I'm going to have to move this thing soon anyway. Ooh, hello. Nothing like trying to adjust your mouse pad while running. I think I might have a cat behind my computer playing with my mouse. Efficiency 4, unbreaking 3. Damn. Another worthless pickaxe. Well, I mean, it's not worthless, but when you're running around with a diamond drill, it's kind of worthless. But you can't get a good one without getting the occasional bad one, huh? Throw the cobblestone in there. Yeah, we'll throw the cobblestone in there for now. And this cactus green is almost done cooking up. Let's take the coal out. Oops. And then when these are done, we'll just throw the rest of it in the electric furnace to cook up, as opposed to waiting any longer. Chuck it in the furnace. And more pipe waterproofing for even more cobblestone pipe. And we're going to want to make probably another couple stacks of this pipe. And then that's going to deposit itself over here in the plant's chest. Grab a bite. Remote orderer has remote pipe. I don't know what that means. I mean, there's the remote pipe. But can I clear that? No? Whatever, this works. Alright, plants. How much more do we have left? You're going too slow. Come on, I got an episode to film here. You can see 5 overclockers is pulling just about 32 EU per tick. The furnace is keeping up just barely. If there was another machine running on this line right now, I don't think it would be able to keep up. Good. And 44, 45, 46, 47. Looks like 49 is going to be it, huh? We'll leave one piece so that it knows where to go, and we'll make almost another stack of this cobblestone waterproof pipe. We'll sleep through the night, and we'll start running our oil pipeline. and out the front door. Watch as the monsters die all around us. This is gonna suck if I have to get more cobblestone pipe to do this. And then I think I might try to climb to the top of this mountain without riding the water up. Because as fun as that was, it took a lot longer. So, let's see if we can find a way up over here. Do a bit of mountain climbing here. Ah. Never was good at that. Come up here, and you know what? I completely and totally forgot the redstone engines I thought I was going to bring up. Alright. So here, let's go ahead and make ourselves a scaffolding bridge. Here's where we're going to start laying our waterproof pipe. And I'm going to put it all on my hotbar here. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and keep it not terribly far from ground level. We'll run it back the bridge here. We'll have it come down. As long as we're heading generally east and a little south, we're okay. The main challenge is getting it down. Once we get it down to the ground level, I think we'll be okay. It's just getting it there that's going to be a pain. There we go. A little bit of that. No. Yeah, I know, there's a creepy cave hidden behind here. We're through one stack already and we haven't even made it to the bottom of the mountain. Yeah, it doesn't bode well, does it? Alright, and now is where I'm just going to jump on top of, well, I was going to jump on top of the pipe. And I'm just going to start laying pipe off the edge like this. Bring it over this way a little bit. I'm about 15 blocks over the ground right now. Oops. Let's go ahead. And I did bring some cobblestone with me, so that's good. This here, this is all flowing, so it doesn't necessarily need to be here. We can block this off with complete impunity. Now we just have to deal with getting pushed off of it. There we go. And can I jump and reach that? Yes, I can. Drop down, and... Trying to lay pipe while floating is interesting. What happened to that pipe? Where did that go? I know it let me lay it. Where did it go? Alright, whatever. No. Okay, that works. There we go. That's what I was after. We'll jump back up here. Precision jump. Yes. And now we're only about 8 blocks above the ground. So we'll use... let's see here. Alright, this is just going to be me laying cobblestone waterproof pipe until I either run out or make it to the base. So I think what I might do is cut the video here. I don't like to do cuts, but in this case I'm already running up at the 40-minute mark. I'm actually a bit past it, but I want to get this the whole way back to the base and get the pump turned on. So I'm going to pause the video, run this the whole way back to my base, get some redstone engines to go put on that pump up there and get the oil pumping back. And I will be back as soon as I'm done with that. I'll catch you guys in a few minutes. Alright, and back again. Just about back to the top here. I was running low on food, so I had to kill a piggy on my way back. And I've just now made it back to... Hello? Fell in. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Punch this out. Get up here. Alright, now we're going to need to punch out the block on back here. Because we've got 4 redstone engines here. What we're going to do is we're going to put a redstone engine there, one there, one there, one there. On the side here, cobblestone block. On the side there, cobblestone block. Here, a lever. Here, a lever. Pull both levers. And the Nightdagger Industries corporate oil pipeline is... any moment now, open for business. We got the first little bit of oil about to start going out now. Anytime now. There we go. There goes the first bit of oil. Now, it's going to take absolutely forever to get back, because it took an absurd amount of pipe. I actually had to stop and go make another stack of cobblestone pipe in order to get this to go back. It's going to pump down through here. It's going to get that source block, which is going to drop this a little bit. It's going to get down into this good old mucky stuff right here, and then it's going to start pumping that up, at which point this oil fall, unfortunately, is going to go away. But we have oil. And next episode, we will start refining some of this good stuff into fuel, and then I'll show you guys the reason why I wanted the oil. Trust me, it's going to be worth all of the trouble that it's going to go through to get this and get it refined. Until then, I have run, I feel, way over a normal 40-minute episode this time, which is not a bad thing for an episode 10. I will have a world upload. It'll be available in the download, or in the description of this, along with the links to my Twitter and my Facebook. So check that out. Check out the download. Just make sure you're using the right versions of the mods that I have installed. Nothing has really changed except for Railcraft is 6.5 and GregTech is 1.35C as of the time of this recording. If you can't get that version, it should be alright. He's pretty good about not changing block IDs, so you shouldn't have any config errors. But it's always best to try and use the same version of the mods. So if you can find it, that's great. If not, don't worry about it too much. You should be able to use any version. But yeah, that's it for this episode. This has been Nightdagger with episode Owl. Yeah, episode Owl. Episode 10 of Let's Play Modded Minecraft, and I will be back sometime tomorrow night with episode 11. We'll start putting some of this good stuff to use, so I'm personally really excited. I will catch you guys then.